So today's video, I'll be talking about why simplicity is key. Now, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen online, you've probably searched online for like, tutorials on, shooting techniques, turning techniques. You know, them YouTube channels who make videos like top seven ways to take on your man, top 5 ways to top 5 ways to shoot, top 5 ways to turn on the ball as a midfielder, and all these videos like that. Obviously, those are good, and obviously you can learn from them, but you can't really, obviously it's not practical to actually practice top 10 ways to beat your defender. You're not really going to have 10 moves in your arsenal to beat your defender. Like, not even the pros do that. So this video is about, you need to find sort of like your niche. You need to find your bag. You need to find maybe the 2 or 3 moves, the 2 or 3 combinations that actually work and are effective for you. This could be the top 3 ways of how you shoot, how you take on your moves and combinations to take on your man, your how you turn on the ball, what type of turnings you like to make on the ball, and just little things like that. Because obviously online there's a lot of garbage, there's a lot of bullshit, there's a lot of basically just useless information, and I'm here to say that, you just have to find your niche. You have to find what actually works for you, because it's very rare, even in the pro game today, it's very rare that you see a lot of players, pulling out different tricks, 5, 6, 7 variations of different tricks. Obviously, you got the Brazilians, you got guys like Neymar, guys like Ronaldinho. But let's be honest, even the best players in the world, you can identify like signature moves, whether that's taking on players, whether that's the way they shoot, the way they defend, the way they cross, the positions they like to take up on the pitch. Is certain areas, like, people know their game. As a professional footballer, you can't be doing too much. You know, them guys who like to do too much, too many skills, too many different variations of things, and they don't know their game. Like, they don't know, what they're good at. I feel like at a certain age, you have to sort of know what works for you and what doesn't. Obviously, it's good to work on your weaknesses, trying to boost them up to a certain degree. But in terms of your strengths, you have to know them, and know them well. So even though, like I said, the best players in the world, their signature. Let's take Arjen Robben, for example. You don't see Arjen Robben trying to do 300 step overs, then do a Ronaldo chop, then do this, then do a rainbow flick. Nah, what's Robben known for? He's gonna go up to his man, he's gonna drop a shoulder, go inside, take 2, 3 dribbles inside, and he's gonna wrap it in that bottom left corner, like, or to the keeper's right. You know what he's gonna do, but he's just mastered that. It's so effective, and he knows what he's doing. Let's take Messi for example. What is Messi, best player of all time, greatest player of all time? What's he known for? That damn body thing. That when he drops that shoulder, he has guys leaning, bro. He has defenders leaning, and people try to criticize him and say, oh, that's all he does. He doesn't really have the skills of like a Neymar or Ronaldo. But look, it works. It's effective. You know exactly what he's gonna do. Or even with Messi, even what type of shot he wants. He wants that cutback from Jordi Alba, and he's just gonna wrap it into that bottom left corner. Like, there's just certain guys who just have, the best players, they just have certain signature moves, certain signature techniques that just work, that they're cash money every single time. You can guarantee it. You look at a guy like Thierry Henry, that finish where he opens up his body, it's cash money every time. He doesn't really try to do anything else, or moves that doesn't really signify him. He knows what he's good at. Obviously, he can improv. Obviously, these players, they have the ability to improvise and do something different when the situation is called for. But overall, if you look at it, they have their set moves, their set combinations, whether that's them taking on players, whether that's ways to finish, or even defenders as well. In areas they like to defend, knowing what to do in certain situations, knowing their strengths and what they're good at. Trust me, it's key, because if you don't know what you're good at, and you try to overcomplicate things, you try to do too much, you try to play someone else's game instead of playing your own game, it's not going to benefit you at all. So let's take a winger for example. Now, of course, as a winger, you can't be a one-trick pony, or else all the fullbacks will know what you're trying to do. This is why I've always said that, in my opinion, wingers need to at least be able to go both ways. They need to go on the outside and the inside. However, even if you look at the best wingers in the world, they have a few moves that they like to do, a few combinations that they like to do. Maybe your combination is, Alright, cool. Let's say you're a left winger who's right-footed. To go on the outside, you like to do just a step over and you like to shift out. You use your pace, which is one step over, and then you're gone. And then maybe when coming on the inside, you like to do a little shimmy, or you like to do a double step over, or whatever you like to do. And maybe that's your bag. Those are your two moves. Maybe you add a few moves on top of that, but you don't try do too much. You don't you don't start trying to pull out elasticos thinking you're Ronaldinho and then you're just looking silly. It's like, nah, just quick, effective moves. And obviously, when you're doing them little combinations, the combinations have to be quick, because if you're trying to do like a two step overs mixed in with a Ronaldo chop, mixed in with a rainbow flick, then obviously, let's be honest, in the pro game, or once you get to the higher levels, the defender's too good for that. He's just going to take the ball off you and you're just going to be looking silly. So obviously, when we're using wingers as an example, whether it's to go on the outside or the inside, you just have to find the moves that are good for you, the moves that they're quick, they're effective, and they can get past your man easily, even if they are a bit repetitive. Even if you look at a guy like Jeremy Doku, like everyone knows what he's gonna do, but he just does that little shimmy inside and he's gone. That acceleration's crazy. And even sometimes he'll hold off his man and then he'll turn him to go on the outside. Like, guys sort of know what he's gonna do, but you just can't stop him because he's mastered what he's good at. Basically, he's realized that, yo, these are the two moves that work for me. I'm just gonna use them. It's clear that guys can't stop me, so I'm just gonna keep using it. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for this vid. Is that you see a lot of things online about top 10 ways to do this, top 10 ways to shoot, top 10 ways to hit a free kick, top 10 ways to take on your man, to turn on the ball as a center midfielder. But even as a midfielder, find your two or three things the 2 or 3 types of turns that you like to do and use them. Be effective. Don't try to do 5, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7 different turns. Now just find. Obviously, you can try them at first. Obviously, trial and error is key as well. Obviously, try them at first, see what works for you. But as soon as you've got down your 2 or 3 that work for you, you stick to that. And obviously, even as a midfielder, when it comes to turnings, it's not really always about turning to take your man out of the game. It's more about finding the space and obviously finding the space and receiving the ball in areas where you have the least pressure on you. Things like turning on the ball when a man is on your back. That's only for the occasions where you're pressed, you're highly pressed and you need to get out of there. But more time as a center midfielder, you want to receive the ball with as little pressure as much as possible. You look at a guy like Toni Kroos. Like, this guy, he doesn't really need to do too much. He's just, because he knows the game, he just goes into them areas that no one's really there, and then he has the time to pick out his pass. Play guys like Vinicius, guys like Rodrigo. He knows what to do. He might drop in here, or he might go between the lines. Whatever he needs to do to help his team. So that's all I've got to say for this vid. I hope you enjoyed. I've been JT, and I'm out.